As you can see, the frosted mylar is not white. My background here is white, and usually it's nice to see your drawing against a white background, although you can certainly embrace this grayish brown tan color if you want. But I want to show you how to make some adjustments to your Photoshop document to create a white background behind your drawing. I'm just going to show you a couple quick ways to control the color and value to try to make a more neutral, brighter background and to make sure that you retain the detail in your drawing. So at the bottom of your layers panel, and the layers panel is in the lower right corner of your workspace usually, there's a circle that's half light and half dark. This will tell you the names of all the adjustment layers. They also exist as little icons up here, but you have to mouse over each one to see what they're called. So down here it tells you what they're called, which is nice. I'm going to go to Levels, and it's going to create a Levels adjustment above my background. It also opens up this Levels histogram in my Properties panel. At the top of the histogram, there's a pull-down menu that says RGB. This stands for red, green, and blue. These are your different color channels in an RGB image. If you have a CMYK image, you'd have CMYK. But in this case, we have RGB. So I'm going to go to the red channel, and I'm going to drag my black slider to the start of the histogram. Now I don't want to drag it too far over because then I will eliminate detail in my shadow areas, and I want to make sure that I'm retaining all of the information that I've drawn, so subtle differences in value in my darker tones, but I do want the darkest tone that I've drawn to read as a true black, and that's what this will establish. Now with my white slider here, I'm actually going to drag it to where the histogram starts to really do something more dramatic. So I'm going to make all of these values here pure white, and this area here where it really starts to represent a large part of what's going on in the image. I'm going to come down to green and do the same thing. So with the black slider, just barely tickle the beginning of that, and with the white slider, bring it really definitively to where the histogram starts to do something. And same thing for the blue channel. And if I come over to my layers panel, I can turn this eyeball on and off and get a good sense of what that adjustment is doing to the image. And that's pretty good, but I can still see there's some tonality here on the right side of the Mylar. So I'm going to go back to my adjustment layer menu here and get the black and white adjustment. Now I want to make sure that I'm removing all of the color from this, but I want to do it in a way that gives me control. So hue saturation will also allow me to remove the color and to create a grayscale image, but the black and white adjustment allows me to target specific colors and control pretty directly how those colors translate into black and white. So for example, I can say I want my reds to go really light. I want my yellows to go really light. And that pretty much takes care of it. There might be a little bit going on in the magenta. Anyway, so between those two adjustments, the black and white and the levels, I can take it from this to this.